dog sit once again. So I'm here, Wrigley's butt, Kershaw's head somewhere in the light. We are here for a little less than I was here last time. Not as big of a trip, but definitely an odd day trip. I'm here in the middle of the week, and I'm leaving in the beginning of next week. And I am not here alone this time. I'm here with my significant other, so it's me, them, the two dogs, and I actually get to leave the house this time. I get to see what's around the area. We get to explore. I don't get to just have to, sit here and do nothing all day. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna, probably be more going out, more doing stuff than less me sitting here, less me watching stuff, less me just talking to the dogs and going stir crazy. So it should be fun. I doubt my parents will check in at all because I am with someone and they don't check in on me. If they know I'm with someone, they know, which is really weird. If I'm alone or I'm with someone that they don't know at all, they check in constantly. And then if I'm with someone they know, not one check-in once they know I'm with that person. At all. Not even a, hi, how are you? My day is going well. No, they don't exist. So, I doubt they'll check in on me. I do miss my puppies already. But let's get started with this, week-ish, kind of. It's 5 or so days. It's not really a week. We are going to do the same thing we tried to do last time. We are going to try to eat healthier. We're going to try to maintain a better lifestyle. And hopefully don't die from being allergic to Wrigley's fur. Let's get started. First thing we do every morning is open this back door. To this outside area. And so the puppies can go potty. We start our day with pills. So we start by grabbing 4 of these because 1 is for Kershaw and 3 are for Wrigley. And then we grab a pill pocket because Kershaw can't have a pill without a pill pocket. And then we take our pill. I know, Wrigley. Wrigley really wants his pills. Then we put the treat together. And we call Kershaw. Kershaw! Ready, Kershaw, sit. Okay, Wrigley. Lay down. Kershaw, sit. Sit. Lay down. Okay. Are we happy? Are we happy? Okay, y'all. So, my significant other's birthday is coming up, and I'm really excited because birthdays are a really big deal for me. I don't know why, but I like them. I like celebrating them, and I've kind of spent a lot on them in the sense of their birthday. And, we're together here at Tara's, and I thought, it'd be important to celebrate in the sense of a cake, even though it's our last day technically here, we leave tomorrow. Why not get a cake? And, if Tara and Jesse want to throw it out, that's fine. It's $40 away, but it's fine. So I asked them what kind of cake they wanted. They wanted an ice cream cake. So we went to this place called Brewster's. And the only reason I'm really saying the name is because I grew up near roosters, okay? So it brought back childhood memories. Like, I've never gone into an actual roosters. They've all been like kiosk styles. So that was different. But it brought back memories when I saw it driving down the road. And I got super excited, so we had to go. So I was like, okay, you want ice cream cake? Let's get an ice cream cake from Roosters. And then I asked them what kind of cake they want. They want marble, vanilla, blah, blah, blah. And I put an order in for this cake. And then I get a call. Oh, we don't have that cake. And also, we need like a 3-day notice for cakes. And I'm like, then why do we have an ASAP button? That don't make any sense. And then he's like, oh, can you like do refund on the site or something? I was like, no, it just gives me an order number. There's no way to do a refund. And then he's like, oh, I'll call you back. And then the assistant manager of the company called me, and we handled the cake situation. And they were like, oh, well, we have these cakes, we just don't have that cake. And I was like, okay, that's fine, we'll take this cake instead. And then they were like, okay, that's fine, I'll let them know, they'll write on it still, and they'll have it ready for you. We go in, Roosters. I don't know if the communication was there or not, but either way, the guy gave us a cake. It had frosting, like, on the box, so maybe it just fell, because there was the roses on the cake definitely had smashed, but I was like, whatever, it's just a cake. And we didn't get any flippin' writing gel at the store that we went to right before, and they didn't write on the cake, and, you know, it was an okay. I don't know how this cake is gonna taste. The cake better taste amazing to make up for that, but it was just such a weird experience, because I haven't been back to our Roosters in 8 years since I've moved from Pittsburgh, and my only experience is one little kiosk that lived down the hill from my house. So that was my first real experience with them, and it was different. But I got to show my significant other this ice cream. So there's a lot of ice cream at that store that is like nostalgic for me, and the Grand Canyon one is one of them, but Cotton Candy Explosion is majorly one. And then, of course, the Kid Dirt and the Dino Cup and stuff, the things I had as a kid. But, like, the Cotton Candy Explosion one was always, like, a comfort one. And I had gotten cotton candy from, I think, Corvell, or another ice cream store in New York. And my significant other had ordered it for me, and I got really excited because I haven't had cotton candy ice cream since Pittsburgh. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get so excited. It's gonna be like Roosters ice cream. It's gonna have Pop Rocks in it and stuff. It's gonna be great. It's not that. It tasted like chocolate mixed with really bad sugar. So it was a weird flavor. And I'm not trying to hate on it, but it was a weird flavor. It also came really, really melted, and it's supposed to come in like 2 different colors, and it was mud color, so don't think it was supposed to come that way. I think the driver just had the heat blasting. And so that was an interesting experience, but I got really disappointed. And so we got Cotton Candy Explosion. They gave us a free cup for the misinterpretation and the miscommunication. So I got to try the ice cream again, and it is exactly the same. And they got to try the ice cream, and they loved it. Or at least they told me they loved it. They might have been lying to me, but, you know, who knows. Either way, so far, so good. Tomorrow's the birthday, so we're gonna make scallops. We're gonna make, we're gonna, of course, cut the cake. We're gonna go to, I think, Whataburger and Bojangles, because they're Southern staples, and they want to go to, like, the Southern staples, like, fast food places, because they've always heard of them, but never been, so we have to go to all the places here that they've never been, because we went to Roosters for me. So this is gonna be fun. I'm excited for tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. You gotta go out? You have to go out. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Wrigley, let's go. Sit, Kershaw. Kershaw, you want your food? Sit. Good boy. Your turn, Wrigley. Sit. Good boy. Okay, we have 2 more treats to give out because you guys are princesses. So, sit. Kershaw, sit. Lay down. That's not laying, that's cheating. Wrigley, sit. Lay down. Good job. Now, Wrigley and Kershaw's days usually consist of sitting at this window and then barking if they see something, but usually lounging on this couch is what their day is. They're not much of a playful pair. Therefore, me and my significant other decided to switch things up and make them some enrichment. So what I did was I mixed blueberries, bananas, some yogurt, and peanut butter, and poured it into these rose molds because they were the only molds we could find. I only filled 2 as a trial, and then I ended up filling the rest, but I'm only showing 2. And then we put some dog treats that, we give them in the mornings or when they're good boys in there, just in case they don't have an initial want for these blueberry, banana, yogurt, peanut butter messes. And they smell the treat and go berserk. Now, once that's all set up, I pop them in the freezer, and then once it's out of the freezer, I kind of tap it a bit to make sure it's flippin' solid, because you never know with yogurt. And then we pop them all out, which is the fun part, except it's really, really messy. We just got back from doing the little southern fast food run they wanted to do. It was something they wanted to do. It's like southern staples they've heard of fast food wise, and them being from where they're from, they need to try them because they heard about them and they need to compare with what their friends have said and stuff. So we had to do a bunch of running around to all these fast food places. Like some of them, I didn't eat any of it because obviously with my allergies, it was a lot of risk, okay? I was maybe gonna get a mac and cheese, but I really just wanted it to be about them, and I also knew that I had food at home, and I wasn't that hungry. So, we got, a couple meals, and then we took it home, and then I asked them to try it, and tell me basically all about it, because I want them to have that experience. I'm weird, okay? And then basically, they said that the burger joint that we went to was basically a better version of a more common fast food place that we have. And then the other one was really good. Really, really good. But they ate the burger, even though they didn't really like the burger. And didn't eat the chicken burger, even though they really liked the chicken burger. And then they're gonna save the chicken burger for later, even though the tomato on the chicken burger is gonna kind of ruin it. So, I don't get why they didn't eat the chicken burger first. They said that it was because they didn't think they would be full. I think that's a given. I think most of the time we always save the best for last, and half the time I always learn that saving the best for last is stupid because you're usually full by the end of it and you're screwed and someone else gets the best part of it. I usually end up giving the best part of the dish to my mom. Here, I can't finish it. She's like, are you sure it's the best part? I'm like, yeah, I legit can't finish it. So it's really sad. But overall, their birthday is going great. We're gonna cook and then, we're gonna do cake. Unfortunately, Tara and Jesse do not eat ice cream cake, let alone Oreo ice cream cake. They're healthy and they don't have fun. So we're gonna have to eat a lot of ice cream cake because it's a huge cake. Yeah. But it's worth it because, it makes them happy. That's all that matters. So we had a couple meal plans ready for us from Tara, and we saved the risotto and scallops one for my boyfriend's birthday because he specifically wanted this one closer to the end of the week, and I thought it'd be a great birthday dinner. So we actually get started with a pot and making the risotto. We let some oil sit and let the pot get warm. Once the pot gets warmed up a little bit, we add some chopped onions, a little bit of salt, and pepper. Tara has these really fancy grinders. I don't think they're that fancy. I think they're from Amazon or something. But they're battery operated, and you turn them upside down, and it automatically grinds the salt and pepper. So they're pretty fancy. She gave us an extra pair that she had because she didn't need 4 of them. I don't know why she wouldn't take 4 of them. I'd use it to chop up other spices or other types of salt and stuff. But hey, it's her loss. But once the onions are in the pot for a bit, we do want them to warm up. We want the oil to just slightly bubble so the onions can get somewhat of a cook to them before we add the risotto and other things, because we don't want the onions to be burnt. Then after that cooks a little, we add the risotto and just mix it in. Looks weird a little bit, but cooking is science, and sometimes in between products we get weird looking stuff. It kind of looks like grits, but it's fine. It's gonna cook. What I do mainly focus on is making sure that all of the risotto gets some oil so that none of it is really left dry or kind of, I would say, neglected. Because you don't want to neglect any part of the food. You want to make sure it's all properly seasoned. It all is mixed properly, because you leave one little pellet dry, could fuck up the whole thing. But once we're done stirring in the oil and the risotto together, we have to let it sit for a bit. Risotto, you gotta be patient. Very, very patient. Which is why I am cooking dinner and my boyfriend is not. Because my boyfriend is not the patient person in our relationship. Once the risotto shells, or whatever they're called, are kind of softened, we add some vegetable stock that came in this packet. It's like a stock concentrate, and then we added some water. Of course, after adding the stock concentrate and water, we add a little more salt and a little more pepper, because the water and the stock concentrate is going to kind of dilute some of that, so we want to not only replace it, but also help it stay seasoned. Then we mix in the water some more, and we let this cook. Once the pot kind of starts coming to like a small simmer, and the risotto rice has absorbed most of that water, concentrate mixture, we are going to add corn. For some reason, this recipe mixes corn. Honestly, I'm a mushroom risotto person, not a corn risotto person, but I hope it tastes good. Once the corn is mixed in, we then add a portion of cream cheese and a packet of spreadable cheese, which, if understand food a little bit, it's gonna make it a little gloopy looking and thick, and I'm not a fan of the way it looks, but it's probably gonna taste bomb. Now we're going to let the risotto sit for a bit and move on to the scallops. Now, I've never cooked scallops, so first time for everything, right? We start with an oiled pan, and we have to let that get hot. There's one thing I learned from Hell's Kitchen is you do not want to sear scallops on a cold pan. So we let it warm up, and then once it's warmed up, we can start cooking. Which is the exciting part. Unless I screw scallops up, because you can. Now, when using scallops, you are supposed to, I think, put them on a paper towel or something so the oil and stuff doesn't stick on them, but I'm not exactly sure. I'm not like a pro chef, so I just don't know if we're supposed to dry them off before you put them in the pan or not, but I'm just putting them in the pan as is. I did make sure they weren't like soaking wet, but they were sitting on each other. So they absorbed each other's sweat? Yeah. Either way, putting the scallops down. I am pretty excited about this. Then, after all of them are down, which we only have 6, 3 for each, I put some salt and I put some pepper on, just for them to get a little seasoning on both sides, because there's one thing I know, is scallops definitely need seasoning on both sides. Because if you don't season both sides, it kind of tastes like shit. Just my opinion, I think things need thoroughly seasoned. Then once I salt and pepper them, I am going to keep like flipping them ever so slightly. I remember it's supposed to be like 5 or so minutes, no more on each side. But like I said, I don't know what I'm doing and I don't want to burn them, so I probably flipped them one too many times until they got seared to the liking of myself. I don't like scallops over seasoned, so I probably cooked them just till they were slightly golden brown, and then I put them in a bowl on the side, and now we have to make this, like, sauce thing. Either way, they say to use the same pan as the scallops, and then I put in some water and some vegetable stock concentrate, and some spices that came in a packet. I honestly didn't know what was in the spices, but it was a little spicy, so maybe some like chili flakes. I don't know. It's pretty though. It's a pretty dirt sauce. I kind of want to call it something with an R, but I can't speak my R's, so here we are. Now that's just supposed to like cook and mix together a little bit, and it's done. It's not that hard. There's nothing too complex going into this sauce. Now, when it comes to plating, we put our very thick clam chowder looking like risotto down that somehow got to this, but was pretty before the corn. And then we put 3 scallops on each plate because we only got 3 scallops. I know, such a shame, such a shame. And then, once the scallops are on, I think you're supposed to drizzle this sauce on, but me and my boyfriend are gluttons, so we just poured it on and made it like a big soupy mess. But like big soupy messes are good. I always feel like if food doesn't taste good, it needs to look good, and if it doesn't look good, it needs to taste good. I wish food that looked good always tasted good, but sometimes that's just not the case. But I'm hoping because it doesn't look the best, it's going to taste superb. Roosters!
Did you buy a lighter?
No, I thought you would have had one. Okay, hold on. Yay!
Okay, 1. One.
Why don't you make it a different color?
Green.
They're making a new Kung Fu Panda movie. Look, they're making a new Kung Fu Panda movie. Oh,
0.
angry rabbits. Angry Three titty-sucking rabbits. You know, when we look back, me talking in this video is gonna be the best part. Okay, I'm confused. What is this supposed to say?
Oh, 2 candles is 1. 1 candle is 0.
Let it up. Do you want me to sing? Because I don't really, but I can sing to you. Can you do that? Okay, blow out your candles. Okay, y'all, so this is the final video. We are done. Tara and Jessie are on their way home. So we are leaving, I think, maybe not tomorrow morning. I don't know. The leaving situation is confusing. I can't remember if we had to stay Monday or if we're leaving Monday or if we're leaving Tuesday or not. I can't remember. But either way, we're leaving, so it's ending. We're leaving Wrigley, we're leaving Kershaw, and we're returning homes. You guys are gonna forever miss us, but it's okay, because we'll probably be back. But overall, we did a lot. We had lots of fun. We took pictures, like pictures of the pups and stuff. Super cute. They're just adorable. I love the puppies. Honestly, they're good dogs. Little psychopaths, but good dogs. Overall, I think they had a good time with me here, and I didn't break anything this time. Cooked, we ate healthier. I worked my butt off still. I got to relax, which I haven't been able to do as much, and I got to go out and see what's around this house instead of just stare out the window and be stir crazy about if people are watching me or not. I actually got to do stuff this time, so it was enjoyable. More enjoyable than last time. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Other than that, have an amazing day. Stay beautiful. Bye!